everybody can see the screen. What I'm gonna do is start going through the steps of real estate. I get a lot of people asking me a lot of different questions about real estate, and I'm just going to show people, how to do it really. And it's not as difficult as some people put it out to be. Uh, there's a lot of people paying entirely too much money from these so-called gurus out there. Now, some of them are good. Is keep it moving and then, tell you a little bit about me. Because anytime you get information from anybody, the best thing you can do is understand that they did what you're working towards. So I've been doing real estate. I did my first deal back in '96. So I've been doing real estate for a minute. It's not, it's been a while. And the way I learned how to do real estate, I put down about $20,000. That's the best way I learned how to do real estate. And then as it went from there, I started learning creative ways so I don't have to use my money. So a lot of people, when I say people, I say gurus, they come out and say, I have these secrets. There are no secrets, y'all. There are no secrets in real estate. It's either you know or you don't know, and then you find out. And the best thing you could do is find out from somebody that's credible. I go to a lot of seminars. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. And I watch a lot of people like myself. They come on and they say they're going to teach people. And this is the thing that they do. They go and they show you all these checks and all these checks. And at the end of the thing, you didn't saw 10 checks and Sally got a check. John got a check. Where's my check? You know, everybody can show me a check, but I don't want to see everybody else's check because that's not money that's in my bank account. I want you people to show me how to do it. And that's the one thing I think once you start to show people and get the steps, because that's what I needed. I fumbled around for about 3 years trying to learn how to do real estate. And I would go to the meetings, but a lot of people would seem like they was giving up their secrets and they didn't want to teach me. So I struggled a lot. Like I said, I was still doing deals, but I was struggling and I was spending more money than I had. My rehab that I was doing, oh my goodness, I would say probably 9 months in, the deal still wasn't done because I'd given up too much money in the beginning. Some other things I would do. I mean, I'm talking about mistakes. We can talk about the good, but we have mistakes as well. I didn't understand the numbers. Somebody just bought me a deal today, and if it's all about the numbers. I don't care about nothing else. In real estate, it's the numbers. The numbers have to add up. If the numbers don't add up, you're gonna have to let that deal go, or you're gonna get stuck with something. And there's a sucker born every day. There is a sucker born every day. Please, please, please let me know. Just text and see if you can see the slides and stuff like that. And I'm just going in right now. Uh, and I'm going to give y'all some steps. And you can take the steps. And it's different ways of doing real estate. If you have funding, if you have money, there's a certain way you can do real estate. If you don't have money, there's a certain way you can do real estate. If you don't have your LLC, there's a certain way you can do real estate. So for me, if people ask me what type of real estate that I do, I never say I'm a wholesaler. I never say I'm a flipper. That's just not what I do. I do real estate. There's so many different ways you can do real estate. And I see Dory. Dory, just go ahead and type in something just so I can make sure you can see the slides. I just want to make sure everybody can see the slides. So as I said, I've been doing real estate for a while, and it's all about the basics. Once you understand the lingo of real estate, I'm telling you, you can win. So you're going to have to go in there and start to understand the terminology. And a lot of free information is on YouTube. I will guarantee it's a lot of free information, but it's a lot of information that's not so good. And we're getting it from people who, some people may not do real estate, but they may try to teach it. And I think that's where a lot of people get mixed up as well. And the lingo means everything to me. So this is some of the things I'm going to talk about. One of the biggest things for me on this entire list is legal. I didn't put it up there, but that's part of your power team. Legal, nobody wants to talk legal. And for every deal that I do, I'm going to have a real estate lawyer there that's not in the courtroom. If your real estate lawyer is in the courtroom, they're in the wrong place. They don't need to be doing the courtroom, sitting in there for hours upon hours, because you need somebody that does real estate. I like the real estate lawyers that's tied to a title company as well, and I want them to have done deals before, And I see up there lease options, how to use $10 and make 10,000. That's, to me, is basic real estate. There's so nobody. I don't care how much money they make. They can throw numbers if they want to. Nobody knows all there is to know about real estate. It's impossible. It's too much. It's too much. So when people ask me what type of real estate that I do, the only type of real estate that I do is the type that makes a profit. That's it. I'm not a rehabber. I'm not a flipper. Not a wholesaler. Not a subject to. Not a wraparound. There's so many different sides to real estate. My thing is get in there and start learning, and then find your niche. Whatever you want to do. Some people want to do short sales. That's not my thing. I have my reasons. I don't even want to do foreclosures. I have my reasons, but you have to find your niche. And some of the stuff I have, but I have the details. I have it scripted out, like how to get your credit score back up to where you want to get it to. I got another lady, $50,000. People thought I was playing. I'm not that guy, y'all. I'm hungry, and I have a couple different businesses that I do, but I'm good at what I do. I walked away from corporate back in 2012, 14 September 2012 to be exact. I used to do ballistic missile defense, and it's nothing fancier than stopping, like, we got freaking North Korea out there going crazy, doing missiles, ballistic missiles and stuff like that. I was the guy that stopped them. And there's no worries, no worries. I see people go crazy on social media. There's no worries. Making well over six figures. And I was able to work my different businesses and walk away from corporate. Everybody thought I was crazy, mom included. Why are you walking away from six figures? And once you start to understand money and start to be around people who have money, and I'm talking about millions, not just regular. Some people say I'm making good money and be making 80,000, 90,000. They call that good money. To me, six figures is overrated. But it's just what I'm accustomed to and who I hang around. And I put in their business credit, because once you start doing real estate, you gravitate from a lot of people do it in their personal credit, mess their personal credit up, gravitate from personal credit to business credit to where you don't have to be liable for a lot of the money that you're going to be using. So all of this to me works hand in hand, and you'll see as I go along what's going on. I brought up terminology. And I will give it to you the way it was given to me. If you own this thing right now, most people just say, "Show me the money." I get it. I've been there, done that. I've been broke before, so you can't tell me about being broke. But the thing is, if you don't understand the journey that you're on, or start understanding the terminology, knowing that you need a lawyer, if you don't get that piece, you can do a deal, but then you could lose a deal, and the IRS can come knocking at your door. You don't want that. My goal is I'm going to show you some things. I don't want the IRS to come knocking at your door. That's just what it boils down to. I'm going to start with wholesaling. Now, wholesaling for me, it's like getting in the middle of a deal. You don't need a lot of money to wholesale. You get in the middle of a deal, and you become the person that has the deal in the middle. You have the person on this side that is going to fund the deal, and then you have the person on the other side that you're going to get it from, and you're just sticking your head in the middle. I do that with so many deals out there right now. You don't have to be an expert, family. There's myths out there. You don't need a license to do this real estate stuff. You have to be legally doing real estate the right way, though. So there's a way that you can get yourself in trouble, and you can act like a realtor, which you're not a realtor. So you have to, in a sense, become what we call a principal in the deal. So you have to position yourself to where you can legally do real estate, but you don't need a license. You don't need a lot of money, and I'm going to show you some things in here. So wholesaling, finding a house, putting it under contract. That contract is huge, family. I'm drinking some ginger ale. If you don't get a contract, you don't have a deal. Uh, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna see if I can be politically correct. There's only about 10 bad people in the world, and some of them will steal your contract. They will steal not your contract, but your deal. You don't have it on the contract, you truly don't have a deal. You can't get mad at somebody for coming behind you and stealing your deal if you didn't put it in the contract. I'm more of a shake hand type of person. I'll shake your hand. We have a deal. That's just how I came up. But in this dog eat dog world, get your contract. Get something in writing to where somebody can't come and snatch it from you. There's only 10 people that will do it. Just telling y'all the truth. So you come up with the money. Uh, there's a couple ways to do this. And I'm going to walk through two different ways. I'm going to walk through two different ways. One is if you use a bank, and one is if you don't use a bank. If you use a bank, you got to have some money come from somewhere. So let's go with using a bank. So you see this deal out there, and you thinking, oh, I want a wholesale. I want that deal. Okay, great. And you might have saw it on the MLS, the multiple listing service, and that's where everybody else can see the deal as well. I'm talking everybody sees that deal because it's on the MLS. It comes up, you like it, you call your realtor, you need a realtor because you're going to be working with a bank asset or an REO, real estate owned. It's owned by the bank. The bank is not into doing real estate. They're into making money. That's all they want to do. So you have to have earnest money. And all earnest money is, and I don't know everybody's level of real estate, so I gotta, take it down this road just so people can understand what we're talking about. So you have to have earnest money, and earnest money is just the money that you put down to say I'm serious. And in my neck of the woods, I'm in Virginia, we put down sometimes 500, 1,500, it could be 2,000. Now, I just saw something online as well, and it was in an email. And this guy said, hey, I have this deal out here. Anybody that want it, you got to put down $3,000 earnest money, non-refundable. This is just me. I don't like to do non-refundable. That's just me. You can do it, and it depends on the deal and how solid it is, because once you do non-refundable, you're not getting it back. So don't say, well, I thought, no, it's gone. Your money's gone. So if anything is wrong, your money's gone. So I like to have a contingency, and a contingency to me is up on a good inspection of the property. I'll take the property type of deal. Or if the inspection is not what I deem it to be, I'm gonna back out of the deal. I want my money back. I need my $3,000 back, because you can't just keep giving up money every time you do this. So you get with the realtor. You paid, let's say, $1,000. They put it in an escrow. They take that money away. They put it in an escrow. Some of them really hold it. They're supposed to put it in an escrow. I ain't going to call nobody out. But some of them hold it, and they're supposed to put it in an escrow. And all escrow is just holding money, and that's with the title companies and stuff like that. So what you do is they send you the contract, or you give them a contract. Just take theirs. It's so much easier. And you fill out the contract, and on the contract they're gonna ask you, what do you want to spend for the house? Now let's give you a quick example. You saw this on the MLS, and you saw it for, let's say, it was about $80,000 of equity in there. And equity is just money that everybody's trying to get. So you have the equity in there, and everybody can see it. So you put a bid out there. Let's say the house is worth $225. You put a bid out there and say, hey, okay, it's worth $225. So let me give y'all some numbers, and these are just general numbers, but this is used across the country. I don't care where you are. Generally, this is what's used, but I'm going to show you some different ways around it as well. And it's called looking at the numbers. Looking at the numbers is different for most people. So what I do, and what a lot of other investors do, so if you want to try to sell a house to me, I'm going to take the 225 number, and hold on, look at this. We have calculators. Look at this right here. Bam. Bam. You don't have to be a genius, y'all. You don't have to count. So I take 225,000, and I take 70% of the after repair value. The after repair value, all that is how much is the house worth when it's fixed up? A1 condition. How much is that worth? And after repair value, 225. So what I do as an investor, it depends on your area now. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people just want to take 70%. So we do times 0.7 because we want 70% of the after repair value. That takes me down to $157,500. This right here is golden. The numbers part is, I'm telling you, that's going to save you a lot of headache. 157,500 minus repairs. What's the repairs? I don't know. Let me tell you how I do repairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's it. Nobody can pinpoint with accuracy how much repairs are going to be. So I use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. When it goes above $25,000 in repairs, the one thing I look at is how much money am I getting out? Am I getting out above $50,000 in equity? If I'm getting out $50,000 in equity, I'll go up on repairs. So let's say this particular house is about let's go 10,000. 10,000 in repairs. So I subtract 10,000 from that 157,000. Now I'm looking for my MAO. That's maximum allowable offer. So your maximum allowable offer is what you can pay for it and still make some money. There's no sense in doing a deal if you're not going to make money. And it doesn't matter. So now the price for the house is $147,500. And I ask you, how much you want to make? You need to make 10,000. 10,000 with every deal and up. And this is the low deals. I'm gonna go to the other deals as well, and I'm gonna do some apartments if I can get in there as well. So I'm showing you just a regular standard 3x2 house. So you minus 10,000 because you want 10,000. Now your maximum allowable offer is $137,500. So when you put the bid in to the realtor, you say, okay, my offer is $137,500. There you go. Boom, take it. And what she's gonna do, she's gonna keep it for a week or so, and then they're gonna come back and tell you if you get the deal or not. I put some contingencies in there. One of mine is just having a quality home inspection, and you hire a home inspector. They do it $300, $350. They go in there, tell you everything that's wrong, and I use that to figure out how much further I can go down when to negotiate that deal. So everything is negotiable. Please believe that. And the bank, when we put these deals in, let's say I did it for a foreclosure, the bank wants the highest amount possible. It doesn't matter. So the other thing with that is if you're in a hot market, probably like, the California market, and you look at that market and you have a realtor that can tell you, hey, these houses around here, they stand on the market like 10 days and they getting sold. So that little 0.70 or 70% of the deal, you may have to finagle that. The best thing you can do is to run the numbers, see what you come up with, and see if you can make a profit. If you can't make a profit, you can't do the deal. That's just, it could be a sweet deal, but with no profit, it doesn't matter. The other thing you're going to find out, and this is what I find out as well, you have everybody and their mother and brother that can see that deal. So in my eye. Everybody and their mother and brother that can see that deal, $80,000 equity. I saw one for 90. It happens. So everybody can see that deal. You have all the investors putting in their stuff and saying, hey, I hope I get this deal. I hope I get this deal. So my realtor, she comes back to me. This is what actually happens. She comes back and she said, hey, Charles, that's we see the 137, but there's that's pretty low right now, only because of the other people bidding on it. And you know what I say? I first, before I go in, I say, what am I going to do with the deal? Am I going to buy and hold it, or am I going to rehab it? Or I just want to wholesale it? If you're doing wholesaling, and I can't speak for every area, I can only speak for mine. If you're doing wholesaling and you're trying to go in and only do the 70%, it's probably not going to work out for you. I'm just saying. And the reason I say that is because everybody and their mother and brother can see the deal. So you have other people who are going to rehab. And since they're going to rehab, they can afford to pay the bank more money. So the bank is just going to take the highest bidder. And next thing you know, what happens to me, I'm not talking about anybody else. What happens to me is I don't get the deal. And she says, okay, I'm going to send you your $1,000 back. And that sometimes take a week or two. And so you do it again. So what you should be doing, if you truly want to wholesale and do those bank things, this is just me personally, I would have out there about 20 to 25 deals that you're making offers on. If you're not making offers, you're not closing deals. So you have to make offers. Making offers is putting earnest money down, and some. I'm not gonna put people out there like that. I was gonna say something, but not gonna do it. All I'm going to say is put 20 to 25 offers in at one time, and out of 20 to 25 offers, you should get one or two out of those. That's just the nature of the beast. The same with short sales. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me when I do short sales. I'd put the earnest money in, and I had one. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was trying to help this lady out. She called me up. Hey, I see the short sale. I really want to get this property. I really don't want to buy to get it. So I look at it. It's been on the market over 8 months. Nobody's really looking at this place. Nobody really cares. So what I do, I call up my realtor and I say, hey, want to put this on, put this on the contract. Let me know what you come up with. I sent her the money in, and I went down on this one. It was a short sale. I think I went down to about, oh my goodness. I think I gave him half. I just told him for the amount that I wanted to pay for the house. I think I just cut it in half and said, hey, take whatever they was asking for. I cut that in half, and I was just trying to see. I was testing the waters and seeing where they were, to where if they can. I'm gonna tell you all about that another deal in a second. So I cut it in half, and I just wanted to see where they were. So what happened was the lady called me up, and she said, Charles, I think somebody's gonna get it because my realtor told me that people are looking at it. And I said, no, they're not. That's like a realtor special to say, well, I want you to hurry up. The realtor want a paycheck. Now, all realtors are not created equal, and I'm not gonna bash realtors on here. All I'm saying is all of them are not created equal. Some of them want a paycheck. Some of them are stand-up people. Some of them are better than others. Some of them haven't closed any deals, and they just want that first deal. I don't know. All I'm saying is her realtor pushed her into trying to put her under contract, and I turn around and my realtor say, well, somebody has it under contract. And I told her, I said, hey, and she said, yeah, I had to do it because she told me somebody was going to take it. I said, how much did you pay for it? Full price. Let me tell y'all something. Rule number one in real estate, never pay full price. No. For what? But I mean, she got in the house. But I mean, my goal was to save her about $20,000-$30,000. That's my goal. You can actually save $20,000 to $30,000. Oh my goodness. It's all about negotiation, family. And when you understand the numbers and know how to work the numbers and see where your profit comes and know where your exit strategy is, you will be so much better off in this business of real estate. Anybody can do it. It just takes you some time to do it. So as I'm doing that, I just kind of backed away, and it is what it is. The other thing is your power team. So I rely on the experts. A lot of people always trying to do the expert's job. They want to do the home inspector's job. They want to, how do I get it appraised? They want to do the title company's job. No, let them people do their job. They're experts for a reason. You can't do a title search. I mean, you can, but do you really want to go down to the courthouse and look through files and try to figure it out? No, I'm not doing that. That's not what I do. I rely on experts. Your power team, everything starts with them. That's part of your network. And I'll tell you where to find them. www.meetup.com. www.meetup.com. Once you go there, what you need to do is you put in, like for me, I put in Chesapeake, Virginia, real estate, and they'll pop up of the different meetings in the area. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something about these meetups, these meetings. Some people are gonna help you, and some people act if like they give you some information, you're gonna go and just run and take over the whole industry. I don't, but that's how some of them are. You're going to find a lawyer there. You're going to find a realtor there. You're going to find a lawyer that's 9 times out of 10 tied to a title company. You may not find a CPA there. You're probably going to find a general contractor, somebody that's you mean it's different classes, class A, B, C. But you have to look at what you need and what they can help you out with to figure out what you need as far as do I go with A, do I go with B, do I go with C? I don't know. I would say never do a deal without a real estate attorney. That's just me. I won't do it. Only because this is what can happen. You get into some trouble. You didn't follow the law. Somebody sues you. You go to court. It's best to have somebody that took the bar exam to be right there for you to help out. Nothing wrong with that. Let them. They took the bar for a reason. So that's where you go to meet them. I already told y'all, meetup.com. Let me tell y'all the best way to make some money in there, and you haven't even done a deal. So get your business cards. Let me see. Do I have one right over here? I got some on the table over there. I'm not going to get them. Very simple. Get your business cards, and all you have to do, put in there real estate. I'm going to get it anyway. Real estate investor. Don't say, do not say you're a wholesaler. Don't do it. Never, ever, ever say you're a wholesale type of person. I'm going to show y'all mine right here. If you can see it, I'm going to try to keep it on the screen as best I can. And it's very simple. It's just very simple information. Boom, there you go. I just put real estate investor. Just put that. Anybody who talks to you, you should have your card and you should be telling people, I'm a real estate investor. I'm an investor. Yeah, what do you do? I'm a real estate investor. Yeah, I'm a real estate investor. Real estate investor. Let me tell you how to make the money. When you grab everybody else's card, start talking to them. It's simple conversations. Hey, how long you been in the game? Yeah, I've been doing, I'm a general contractor, class A contractor. This is what I do. I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay, great. How's it going? Do you do referrals? Ding, 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 ding. Matter of fact, I do. I love you. Let me get that from you. Let me get that card. Now, this is how you win. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't mess with realtors doing referrals and stuff like that. I just go with because I know they, by law, all that kind of stuff, I don't get into that. Carpenters, I don't care. I'm going to ask for a referral. Keep going until you get people to say, yeah, I do referrals. I don't care if you make $50, $100, $500, $1,000, $5,000. You can make money just by doing referrals because you're connecting people. And that's what I do. I connect people. You can ask me any person right now. Oh, somebody said they can't see the card. Let me just put it right there. I just want y'all to see real estate investor, really. If you can't really see it, it just says real estate investor. No big deal. And I want you to go grab business cards and ask for referrals. And this is how you find your buyers. As you're in there, you're talking to different people. They'll tell you, I buy real estate. I'm going to show you a couple ways you can find the money. One is to ask. You're going to have some people in there that they're going to have money. And they might not, they're just sitting in the back, not saying much of anything, but they have the funding to do the deal. So there's no shortage of money. The one thing people lose out on is they think that, well, I'm not going to be able to deal the deal because I don't have the money. I guarantee you this. Find the right deal, the money will find you. If you find the right deal, the money will come to you. There's no shortage. People say, hey, well, can you JV or joint venture this deal with me? Because I have the deal, I just don't have the funding. Well, what type of deal is it? Man, this guy's $100,000 in equity. And I promise you, I've seen $100,000 in equity. This one lady got it. I'm going to show you all that deal that lady did. Remind me if I don't. But it's going to be the same type of deal. But yeah, she had $100,000 in equity. This guy was just giving it up. I was like, good gracious. You got to move on those like quick. But if you don't know how to recognize the deal, then you won't get it. So you just doing referrals, just asking people, and then that's when you start networking with so many people. I did one where I helped this lady out, and the general contractor paid me $5,000. All I did was referral. That's it. So that's one way. I already put the rehab stuff up there. My profit needs to be over $45,000. If I'm about to spend all this money in rehab, I don't like rehab. That's just me. I'll rather flip it to somebody else and get a referral fee or get something else, but I don't want to rehab. Been there, done that. Somebody else can take the reins, and I say have fun with it. No big deal. Now, this is one for those of us who don't have the funding and who don't like to use their money. This is the sexiest thing out there to me, and this is called lease options. So what I'll do is I'll email this to anybody who wanted it as well. It doesn't matter to me. My email is charlesmspeaks@yahoo. That's one of my emails. charlesmspeaks@yahoo. Speaks with an S at the end of it. SPEAKS at Yahoo. And I'll email y'all this out so you don't have to write this stuff down. You can write down whatever you want to write down. That's your business. So these are just certain steps that I use. Always you see that real estate lawyer in your area, hopefully tied to a title company. With this, it's more of consistency. You have to be consistent. I had to slow down on doing lease options because I had a total of 250 people that wanted to get back into a house. And what I would do in my area, I try to get people to want to help me out, and I can't do it all by myself. You got 250 people asking you to find them a house. That's work. And I had over 100 people that was looking to, I had their information. I had to actually call them up, 100 people who were looking to sell their homes. That's just too many people for me. Now, this is the way I say it's too many people. Most people work in the 9 to 5. So they get off at 5. My phone call started about 5:36 p.m. So on a regular weekday like tonight, you can only start calling at 6 p.m. to about 9, maybe 9:30. Then people are gonna start to get pissed off. So you got 3 hours to put work in, like real making phone calls. And I got 100 people. What do? I'm one person. That's why I was trying to get people to work with me doing these deals, and we were gonna, split the money. I'm like, I just don't want to make all these phone calls. That's just me. So I had to slow down. So what I used to do, I go to the FSBO. It's a FSBO sheet, for sale by owner sheet, and it has steps, y'all. It literally says, my name is, and you just read the steps. And that's how I do real estate. And this is the reason I do it that way. Because gurus that taught me do it that way. Does that make sense? That's why I do it the way I do it. They taught me how, everything I'm teaching y'all, I learned from some of the top people in the real estate game. Please believe that. That's where I learned my information. But I took their information and I did the steps and I followed the scripts and I read the script. When I'm talking on the phone, my name is Charles McCutcheon, blah, 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 blah. I'm reading the script. That's what I do. It's okay. And you can read the script too. As long as you can read, you can get through it. So I take the FSBO sheet and I write down properties that's in my area, and I write down all the for sale by owners. And other things I do, I drive around. And I even got this on, I record a lot of the stuff I do. I'm driving around and I'm recording as I'm driving around. I'm talking, teaching, like I'm telling y'all right now, of what I'm about to do with this phone number that I just got from this house I just saw that's for sale by owner. So everything I'm telling y'all I've done or doing. And so I post on Craigslist, Backpage, on buyers, and it's a specific thing I post, and it's specific wording that I post, and this wording has been vetted for years by some experts, and so I just use their same information and spit out the same stuff they spit out. And I post, we have them bandit signs that y'all see all around that says, we buy houses. I never put the we buy houses stuff out there. I put out there, get back in the houses with no credit and no bank needed. Here's my phone number, call me up. They call me, great. They call me, I put their information into a database, Excel spreadsheet. Sorry about that. And then from there, I start making all these calls to these people. I'm one person, but I use a script when I call them because all I want to do, I want to know what they're looking for. I think it's a simple call. What are you looking for in a house? Well, where do you want to live? Because they obviously want to live in the area they saw the sign at. So that's like in a nutshell the simple part of it. I'm not a tax guy, family. Consult your tax professional. I'm just giving you good information. With real estate, you can go into a different tax bracket. You can be taxed differently, and that's when you need your LLC. An LLC, I can do an LLC. You give me about 5 minutes, I'll pump one out for you. Boom. Now what? I could do the from the LLC to getting with the state, so you're qualified. I just did some over here. I just did one for another business I just started. It's a consulting business, but I just did my LLC, did the state information. That's a one-page document. And what you want to do, and I will give you all this. Now, this is the reasons. I'm going to give you all the reasons why you need to do it. It's just information of why gurus get LLCs in certain states and not others, and why gurus use LLCs. And I know I got it. I know I got it in this write up. It's probably in this next one, but oh well. I'll talk about hard money in a second. So why they use LLCs is just for protection. You have Warren Buffett using protection. We should use protection as well. It's okay. The best three states from a real estate perspective to get an LLC, and my thing is get an entity. You choose whatever you want to choose. And like I say, I'm not a lawyer. This is my disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer, not an accountant, not a legal professional. That's not what I do. I'm just providing some information, and you choose to do your due diligence and figure it out for yourself, or find the professionals and let them help you figure it out. But as a sole proprietor, as that entity, you are saying to the world, I'm solely responsible. If anything messes up, blame me. As an LLC, I'm not saying blame me, blame my company, my limited liability corporation, my company, blame my company. So the best three places to get your LLC, and I'm not saying you need to do one LLC. I'm not saying you need to do three, 4, 5, 10, 20. Some I know one guy, he got 46 LLCs. You have to figure out the way you want to set it up. It can be set up to where you have 5 different LLCs. One of them could be your car and your home, because your car and your home is not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Your car and your house not supposed to be in your name. That could be in an LLC. You can do long-term assets in an LLC. You can do short-term assets in an LLC. You can have every house in an LLC. You can have 5 houses in one LLC. 5 houses in one LLC. I don't know. Figure it out. Figure out how you want to do it, because everyone can be done differently. 3 states: Nevada, Wyoming, Delaware. This is the only reason why most real estate investors use those 3 states. We have this thing called the umbrella of the veil of your umbrella for your LLC. Say somebody wants to sue you. Now, these different states have different laws, and those 3 states have less laws for your LLC that it can be pierced than than all the other states. So a state like Virginia is going to have a few more. I don't know the exact number, but they're going to have a few more laws to where if you were to get sued, because we are a suit for society, the judge can say, hey, let's see what you got in them LLCs. Let's break them down. And that's called piercing your umbrella. So you don't want your umbrella pierced. So you want to have those 3 states. But I'm not saying you can't do, I have an LLC in Virginia. It is what it is. Mine is used for lease options quick. So if somebody sue one LLC, I can start another one. That's just how it is. Life goes on. So hard money loans, this is where the money, everybody wants the money. They're not for everybody. They're not for everybody. This is not the only way to get into a house. Let me tell you, the person who has the money controls the deal. And I've seen hard money lenders take 30, 35%. I mean, it is what it is. If they're willing to give up the money, and sometimes they won't have, they control the deal. They control the deal. So I would say there are a lot of scams out there as well for hard money. And I've seen people out there saying, this is how you catch them. I just did this today for a guy. He put out, we can fund up to 50 million. So I said, hey, do you have your certificate or your lending certificate? Can you send that? And can you send your website? And can you send there's some other things out there you can ask them to send, but usually that lending certificate is one of the first things. Another thing that should cause a red flag to you is if they tell you to send any processing money. If you have to send money for your money, then I wouldn't do it. That's just me. They say, well, it's going to cost 500 to process the loan, and another one that they won't do, some of them won't do, is they won't get with or send the money to a lawyer or a title company and put it in escrow. If they won't do that, that's a red flag. So it's just red flags out there and people trying to get over. So, it is what it is. They're just trying to get over. Asset protection. Warren Buffett says, own nothing, control everything. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm broke. Nothing. Broke. So y'all need to be broke too. There go my disclaimer again. I put that out there because I don't want no trouble. What Charles said, no, Charles didn't. I got this as just because it needs to be out there. You have to have some form of asset protection. I don't know what it is for you. Let me give y'all this one as well. A lot of people don't know this. So from a tax perspective, when you look at tax codes and you look at, and this, you can use this in real estate as well. You can have an S corporation and you get the 1099, but then out of the S corporation, you can actually pay your kids or you can pay yourself. You're going to pay three people. You can pay your kids, you can pay yourself, or you can pay the government. So you have an S corp, you have a W-2 wage earner, which is myself. I can pay myself a wage. I can give myself a W-2. So W-2s are not bad. You just have to know how to use it. So most of us, a good majority of us, are giving the money back to the government when we should be keeping them. And a lot of people that I see, they're doing their own taxes. You didn't do the, and I know you got TurboTax. They tell you everything anyway. No, they don't. You're wasting your time if you're doing TurboTax, H&R. I'm not gonna say no companies. I already said half of it. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Now, but anytime you should just get a professional. Don't do it. I used to try to do it. Don't do it. You're wasting your time. I guarantee you, a professional I call them a tax strategist because they're different from a CPA. They are a CPA though. They go to all the meetings. They know all the tax codes. That's the thing. Tax codes come out so much you can't keep up with that stuff. That's not what you should be doing. You should be focusing on your job, your business. That's what you should do. Three types of income: earned income, passive, and portfolio. We have to get more to passive and portfolio income. Earned income could be taxed. And 9 times out of 10, you make 100,000, I make 100,000. They tax you because you're a W-2 employee. You get taxed probably 30, 35%. So you only bring home $65,000. I bring home 80 to 90,000, maybe 95,000, depending on how I write off my taxes. Because I don't take trips. You'll never catch me taking a trip. I will take a business trip. I don't take vacations. That's not my thing. I just happened to go. I took a business trip up to Michigan. Did some real estate while I was up there. And my mom just happened to live there, and it just happened to be on Mother's Day. Go figure. So I did my business trip, did my real estate, and spent some time with my mom. And let me tell y'all, I can write that off on my taxes. The flight, the taxi, if I got a hotel. If I had a hotel, I can write that off as well. 50% of my food as I'm doing business gets written off. So the bigger thing is we're spending money, but we're not getting it back. If you're going to spend money, if you're going to Aruba to do real estate, because that's what you should be doing, because they have land and they have houses, right? So you can do real estate all over the world. I'm going to Italy to go do some real estate. Go figure. Y'all, come on now. How the rich stay rich. They're just playing. They playing in the game. They're playing the right game, and that's all we have to do. We have to play the right game, and most of us don't play the right game, and so we're not going to win. The system, if you look at tax codes, and I know all this, to me is real estate. The system, if you look at tax codes, it's not set up for the W-2 employee. We won't win as a W-2 employee. You have to bring in something, and the government looks at it like you're going to spur the economy by being a 1099, being you have a business, as long as you're legally trying to make money. And I'm not a lawyer. As long as you're legally trying to make money, you can write off. And I will guarantee you, if you're a business owner on this line right here, you're probably losing out about $6,000 to $10,000 on your car because you're not writing off mileage and stuff like that. You're not utilizing any type of app to get your mileage, and you're just driving. That's money comes back into your pocket. So from that $100,000, keep more of your money because it's your money. We're giving it back. But hey, I'm off my high horse. This is another thing, 401ks, and you can use your 401k to do real estate. And a lot of people just have their 401k just collecting dust for some reason. It's not doing you any good, but you can actually take money. You're going to take a hit depending on how you do it. Talk to a 401k person. This is what I would do if I was still in corporate. This is what I would do. I would talk to my person who services my 401k. What I would ask them is I would ask them to break the prospectus down for me. It's about 50 pages, and I know you can understand it because it's going to be too much junk in there. And tell them to break down all the fees in your 401k, so you can see if you're really getting any money. Most people think they're making like 8.8 or 9% when you could be making about 5% on your money. I'm just saying check. I'm not saying do anything. Get somebody that's qualified. I'm not qualified. I'm not that guy. But you need to check. The other piece of the puzzle is you check that out. If your company's not matching, me personally, I would remove my money and put it into an IRA. That's just me. Only because you're not really, I would think all companies match. I know some do dollar for dollar, what have you, but I'm big on the 401ks. And I just know that a lot of people later on are going to be so pissed off because we're not making the money that we think we're making. Now, I say moving into a self-directed IRA, and I say that, and as you can see, it gives you more flexibility to invest your money. And all self-directed IRAs are not created equal. So some self-directed IRAs, and this is what I would do if I was you. I would ask whoever is telling me, hey, I can do your self-directed, whether it's, I'm not going to say the company's name, it's a couple of them. If you ask them, hey, can I invest in real estate? And they say, no, that's not the company for you. You should be able to invest in almost everything. I mean, precious metals, whatever. If they won't allow me to invest in real estate, I couldn't do it. That's just me. And only because how we do real estate is you put your money into a self-directed IRA. You use money from the self-directed IRA to do the deal, whatever deal that is in real estate. And when the money comes back in, it can come back in tax-free. Self-directed IRAs, 150 years. You can pass that on. It's all about passing the money on, passing over this wealth. That's what we have to do. Pass it on. This is the most underutilized thing that we have is land trust. And people don't even know what it is. People don't even have a clue. A lot of people don't use it. Some people call it land contracts. It's different in different states. And this is just used for privacy. It's like, who knows that I have this? You can put your house into a land trust, ownership. You can take title with a land trust. It's like two pieces of paper. Some real estate lawyers, they're going to tell you they may not even know what it is. You might have to change up how you say it to them. Revocable grantor trust. Revocable grantor trust. All you got to do, if you go online and type in, shoot, go to YouTube, type in land trust, you can pull up some forms. Very simple. And it's for privacy. That's all it is. You know, it's not like you have to file this with the state or anything like that. Not going to happen. There's some other stuff out here, bonus material. You know, I have so much information, y'all, because I do so much. And this is what I see happening to me now. It's been happening for a while. You have, because I'm in the real estate world, I'm in the motivational speaking world, best-selling author, and it's just like everybody's coming to me for information, even about the nonprofit. I have a nonprofit helping homeless veterans, go homeless veterans. We're gonna get them somewhere to live soon. So the thing is this: if you allow 20 people to get, let's say, 20 minutes of your time, that's over 6 hours of your time gone. And that's what happens to me. So people just like, you know, I just want a few minutes, and I get it. I get it. So that's why I have to do things like this, meetings like this, because it's just too much. And I should get this deal over here. I'm gonna get it anyway. I'm gonna run through a deal that you can do. Anybody can do this deal. I'm gonna run through it because I have it on this board. Let me get it right quick. I didn't think about it. I just thought about it just a second ago. And y'all don't have to look at it. I mean, you probably can't see it anyway. Let me see if I can put it closer so y'all can see. Let me slide this back. This is the board of truth. Y'all see my shirt? Stop playing. Out of the house. But anyway, I'm gonna run through this board, and you don't have to. It's not like you have to look at it. I just want to go through some steps with y'all, and I just thought about it. So I'm going to show y'all a few different things. Now, this is a lease option. This is one of the lease options that I did. So I'm going to show you what actually happened and break down the little steps here. So this is what you can do. This is what I do to do less than $100 can do this deal, and I'm going to show you the money you can make. Less than $100 to do this deal, and I made a total of, where is it? The seller, us, 26, about 34,000, about 34,000. But I'm gonna break some of it down. Now the purchase price is the ARV because I say I don't know where everybody is. Purchase price is ARV the purchase price was 230,000. The after repair value was 245,000. I sold it for $264,900. Now, this is what I did. All I did was take the purchase price and then I added, I took the after repair value. Sorry. You take the after repair value and I added $19,900. That's what I did. And then I came up with 264.9. So the monthly rent was $1,335. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The down payment is $10,000, and I know y'all can probably see that. The down payment was $10,000. Let me slide it right there. The down payment was $10,000, and where am I? Bam. And the fee was $10,000 plus this. Now this is the kicker. The monthly mortgage is $1,335. My goal, anytime I go in, I try to get 3 months of payments. I make them pay me 3 months of payments. And I tell the person that I'm getting the house from that I'm gonna pay them in 3 months. And sometimes they like it, and sometimes they don't. And so they say, well, why 3 months? And then I say, well, the way mortgages work is they work in arrears. So if they were going in May, you already, should be paying for the month of May. So it's really only going to be 2 months. That's kind of how I kind of give it to them. So if you do 1,335 times 2, that's 2,670. So 2,670 and 10,000, and you get 3,670 on this side. I know I messed up that one. $36.70 that you get as a fee, but this is after 3 months. This is what you get when they sign up. It's 10,000. And what you charge for rent? Let me tell you how you come up with this number. You see $1,700 for rent, and you see what the mortgage is 1335. So what I do with anybody that's getting back into a house, I say, so what are you paying for rent now? They tell me these people was paying 2,300, and what was happening is they were renting for 2,300, and what happened was they were looking for a place to buy, and they said, well, we can't go up another $100 and pay $2,400 for something that we're not even buying. So I said, okay, well, my goal is to get you at least 2,300 or below. So the rent was 1,700. So from 17 to 1335, you got positive of 365 in there monthly that that you can get 365. Y'all see that? And so when you close on the house, let's say they've been in the house for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I did this deal for a 5-year term, and the goal is at the end of the 5 years, even during that time, you get them hooked up with the credit company to help them fix their credit. And so when we close, the seller gets 230, and what I do, I'm just putting that number out there. 9 out of 10, it's going to go lower. So when I set the contract up, I give them whatever's left. So the seller is not really going to get 230. They're going to get 230 or less because they've been paying on the mortgage. So I'm going to get that spread in between there. To us, it's 264.9 because that's what they bought it for. From the buyer's going to pay 264.9, and from the buyer, when they pay 264.9, I'm going to subtract the $10,000, as y'all see, because they gave me $10,000 from the down payment. And so from there, and that's on the HUD statement when they paying the mortgage when they about to buy it, and now they only owe 254.9. So I take 254.9, I take that 254.9 and subtract the 230, and that is how much money you're going to walk away with from 254.9 to 230. That's about $24,000, right? You walked away with $24,000, and now you still have to get that other $10,000 added because you got $10,000 from the down payment. So you really get a total of $34,900, and you put up no money. That is a lease option deal. That's my sexy deals right there. I love those deals only because I don't have to put up money for one. It's a lot of work looking up for sale by owners and stuff like that, but it's worth it because I'm saving my money for one. I don't have to rehab. You have to be consistent, and a lot of people give up. A lot of people say, one guy gave up over a weekend. He was like, I don't. But I'm telling you, $10,000 can change a lot. 10,000? Come on now. Let's keep it. I don't care how much money you make. But let's switch it up now. This same deal. I put a deal under contract, $8.9 million. I put it under contract, and I was going to use the exact same, but I wasn't going to do a lease option. I was going to wholesale it. I put it under contract because I had the person that was selling it, and I had the person that was buying it, and I was in the middle. So this is what happened. $8.9 million deal, put under contract for $100. And I sent this out to some groups on Facebook. And I did it on purpose because I knew what was going to happen. And a lot of people who are professionals, it was like, you can't do that. That's not even a good deal. They hit me up like that, and I'm like, okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. And I said, well, why isn't it a good deal? Because I wouldn't take the deal because that's not $100 is nothing. I said, see, you're looking at it the wrong way. It's not even about the $100. $100 had nothing to do with the deal, but that's all some people can focus on. And I learned that from a guru, and he taught it to me, and I was like, oh, shoot, I got to get, and I didn't believe it, but once I did it, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. So that's another deal. Y'all can throw some questions in there if you want to. Like I said, I will send this out to everybody who wants it, and I do have other information I'm gonna hit people up with as well. Uh, General information, even on Facebook, I have a group, and it's just real estate. It's real estate, real estate, real estate. I show different things. I show things that I actually do. Show you how to get it done. A lot of people don't post in there, and it is what it is. If you go in there, I will guarantee you it's so much information you can stay in there for a while. Go to the very bottom and just start learning. But it doesn't change. This stuff doesn't even change. It's the same for me. It's the same steps. I got the steps right here. These steps for me don't change. They may, and I say get away from being a wholesaler. You don't have to do single family homes. You don't have to graduate to do apartments. You can do apartments. With apartments, it's the lingo. And let me give y'all a quick example. Somebody hit me up with some apartments. Shoot, just today. I get so many freaking deals all the doggone time. It's crazy. So they hit me up with the deal and say, hey, I have this, this apartment. I have a 6-bedroom today. I think it was a 6-unit for 1.3 million. And I just want to know where it was. I need to do the due diligence and everything. And I mean, I have to work the numbers really so I can figure out if it's a good deal. And it just takes time because everybody be like, boom, 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 boom. So sometimes I have to move to the side and do my part of my other businesses as well, because I can't just leave my stuff alone. So that's how I do real estate. The other piece of the puzzle is I do help people. I've given out so much free information. It is pathetic. This is where when I ask people to pay for my time, people be like, oh, I don't know about that. So for me, it's like, so you want me to spend an hour with you walking through all these deals, and I work for myself. So if I spend an hour with you, I could have spent an hour building something for my own so I can eat. So I ask people, I say, you don't go to work for free, do you? I mean, none of us do. So I can give out as much as I can give out. But at some point, I'm like, if you want me to spend all this time with you, can I eat too? That's all I'm at. I think that's a fair thing. I'm not nickel and diming people for here, $3 right here. That's not what I do. But what I've learned to do is charge for things, some things, especially for my time, because my time is everything to me. And I chose to give it to y'all tonight for free. And I put out great information because I have the content. But you're going to have to go out there and do it yourself. And I'm not saying you can't get in touch with me. Charles M. Speaks at Yahoo. I'm not saying you can't reach out to me and ask questions and stuff like that. And I can definitely will get back to you without a doubt. I get back to everybody. If I missed somebody, I would say, I'm human. I'm human. It's not on purpose or anything like that. I'm human, or I have some other stuff I have to get done, but that's on the list. So I do help people as well. I got some other stuff I'm putting out, and it's literally the steps. It's once you get the steps, it becomes so much easier. And I'm talking about the steps to building business credit, the steps to increasing your credit score, the steps to doing this deal right here that I have, the steps to getting, all of it comes down to steps and how we do it and how it's done. So if you're in real estate, for me, I did a nonprofit as well, and that's how I get my properties. I can get it for pennies on a dollar. You have to get with the HUD and do that way. So it's all real estate to me. If you have questions, let me know. Put me down. Let me know. If you have some questions, go ahead, put them in the box, and I'll see what I can do to answer them. Some of them may be more technical. Some of them may lose people. And, it's all about just getting the questions answered and moving forward from there. If you want to move forward with real estate. My thing is get the basic information first before you go out and spend $20,000, $40,000 on real estate. I don't think it's that serious. Know what you're doing and then scale back and say, okay, now I think I know what I'm doing. I want to spend $40,000 by all means, because they're going to throw all this stuff at you. Hey, we have this great program. Do it if you want to. If you don't, spend some time with yourself, because nobody is just, it's not stuff falling out the sky. There's no shortage of money, so you can get into the $1 million deal. I don't care what deal anybody brings me. I don't really care. Somebody bought me a $300 million deal. I don't care. Bring it. I'm not putting out $300 million. But let me find somebody that may want $300 million deal, and we'll get it done. And let me give y'all this one. Out of 300 million, do you think they're gonna miss 5 to 7 million? Maybe 11 million? Did they gonna miss 11 million out of 300 million? I don't think so. So that could be a wholesale deal. You could make 10 million off. Who knows? Even if it's a million, I don't give a cut. Nobody gonna bat an eye at $1 million from a $300 million deal. They better not bat an eye, because this is what I would say, Charles McCutcheon. We're not gonna sit up here. I got somebody, and this is me being in the middle of the deal. I'm talking to the person who has a deal, and I have somebody that's a buyer that's willing to put down 300 million. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna be like, hold on. So what you're telling me is this property's been out there on the market for over 2.5 years. That's it's been on the market for over 2.5 years. I have a buyer right now, and you telling me that $1 million is going to stop you from somebody stroking a check for 300 million? Is that what you're telling me right now? Please say that's not so. I will guarantee that won't be the case. Nope. So $1 million can go into your pocket, but if it goes into your pocket the wrong way, you're going to get taxed like crazy. IRS is coming. IRS is coming. So if you set it up the right way to get that million, or if you receive it and say, hey, I want to do a 1031 exchange, I want to figure out how to put this money away so I don't get taxed to crazy. There's so many ways to do this thing called real estate. Nobody knows all of it. It's just a lot of different ways. If nobody has any questions, I know I didn't do that doggone good. It's not that I didn't do that doggone good. If you have any questions, y'all, the best thing to do is ask. You can type it down in that little chat box right there. I will answer it and give y'all the best of my abilities. I give y'all the best information I can and tell you to do your due diligence or find you a person that you probably can link up with. That's what I do. I link up with a lot of people, y'all, across the country. I got stuff in Dallas, Michigan, Virginia, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Did some stuff in Atlanta. I want to get down to Houston. That's one of mine as well. I haven't done nothing in California. It just, I don't know, just haven't. Y'all can sit here and look at my beautiful face if y'all want to. Y'all have any questions, y'all? Go ahead, hit me up. Charles M. Speaks at Yahoo. If y'all want I got a 50, shoot, I don't know. It's over 50 pages of information of steps. And I will tell you, when this gets out, the gurus are going to be pissed off because of their secrets. All I did was put down steps of the how. Because if you show me how, I'm better off. Especially if you can give me steps to say, go to this thing, do that, do that. That's what I put out there for the masses to get and actually digest the information. Eat it. Eat it. I like that one. It's and she said, so when you're doing 25 deals at a time, are you putting earnest money down for all of them? I'm going to say yes and no. Yes and no. It depends on where you are, who you're working with. I don't want to put down earnest money for all of them. I want to put down maybe earnest money for a few of them and start moving the money from one. If I don't get that deal, move it to the next one. That's what I would do. But like I say, all realtors are not created equal. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. What else? Go ahead. Any more questions? I know y'all got some. What's the questions? Okay, this is Christian about the deal I sent you this morning. Oh, I love it, Christian. Hold on, let me get that deal. So Christian sent me a deal this morning, and Christian, you're gonna have to type in the questions to it that I'm gonna ask you as we're going along here. I hope I can find it. I don't know if you sent it via text or via Facebook. And I'm gonna break the deal down right here, right now, so you'll understand what I look at when I look at deals. Even if you send it via Messenger, okay. Let me go into Messenger right quick and look for you. Okay, I got you. Okay, this deal right here. Uh, three beds, 1.5 baths, 1,500 square feet. It's a corner lot. Price is 890,000. Rehab is 80,000. ARV is 1.16, well, 1.1 million. Okay, Christian, the first thing I would ask, let me write that down so I can have it. 1.160. Christian, how'd you find out about the property? Price 890. Rehab 80K. How'd you find out about the property? I need to know if it's on the MLS or if you just got it and it's not on the MLS. And for y'all, a friend sent it over to me. Okay. You need to, that's one of the things you need to find out where the property is, because it could be on the MLS. If it's on the MLS as a real estate investor, legally, you can't really work with that property because the way the states look at it is you're taking money from a realtor who have a license. We're not licensed, but if I were you and if it was on the MLS, you could get with the realtor and work a deal with them, but they need to be in on the deal. So let's just pretend that it's not on the MLS. Let's say it's not on the MLS. So what I would do is I'm looking at what you gave me, and one of the things I look at is the ARV is 1160. I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to take your word for it. If I was doing this deal and it's mine, I'm definitely going to look at the ARV. Once you go above $1 million in ARV, you can swing a couple different ways as far as getting an exact number, just to put it out there. So what I would do, anybody bring me a deal, I take the ARV, 1 million, over $1 million right here, times 0.7. I'm just throwing numbers in there. And right now it's already too much for me. I'm going to tell you what I did. All I did was real quick. I'm going to show you right quick so you can see it. 1160. I put your number in there, right? And so all I did was say times 0.7, and this is just off top. I don't know the area. I don't know if it's a hot area. I don't know how long it's been on the market. So I need to know that stuff as well. So right now, what it's looking like, I need this property. I would have to get this property for $812,000 for right now, only just off top. And so I haven't even took my money out yet. So off of $1 million property, I'm going to subtract 50,000. That's just me. Everybody, you do it your own way. You can do 100,000. That's just, I'm just trying to keep numbers, within reason. So right now, I'm looking at 762,000. Now I'm gonna subtract 80,000. 682,000. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add my 50,000 back in, and just from the numbers you sent me, you looking to get this property for 732,000, and we haven't even. That's only doing a rehab and looking at the ARV and getting 70% of the value of the home. So you see 732 there, and the price you give me that they want to sell it for is 890. So somebody, and it may be in a great area. It may be in a great area. I don't know. That's 116. Yeah. I'm just making sure the number's right, man. times 0.7, 1160 times 0.7. Yeah, this is just 70%. I'm gonna keep going down, and I'm gonna do about. Uh, you can work the numbers, and you can say you want 90% of the ARV. That's different. I'm just working numbers, and that's what I do with these numbers, man. You just work them and try to figure out where you be comfortable buying. That's 80%. I'm just working some quick numbers right quick, y'all. Time out. 0.75. 870. That may be, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. Because I still got to get my money out. Times 0.78. Nope. I'm just running a couple scenarios. 0.76. That's close as I'm going to get. 0.76 gives me this. So that's 70%. 76% of the after repair value gives me 8816. And now you at least got to subtract. You got to fix the place up some type of way. So you had 801,000 right there, and you haven't made no money. The only thing I could see, now this is what I would see, some people do. Some people will put this on Facebook, they'll put it on LinkedIn, they'll put it on all these social media sites just like this and say, who won it? And as the investor that I am and other investors, they're going to be like, where's the money? But then you're going to have somebody that say, ooh, I like this. Oh, sweet. I'm going to see if I can get that deal. But how are you going to make money? It's like having a booger on your hand. You got to, somebody going to get stuck with the booger. There's a sucker born every day. So with that deal right there, the only thing you can do is negotiate and make the numbers match what you need. The numbers have to match what you need, man. If they don't match what you need, how are you going to come up with the rest of that money? You got to find somebody that's willing to give you the money to do it, and say they're going to pay $890,000 for a home that's 100. And let's just do this. I'm going to give you another simple way. Very simple. And all I'm going to do is take 100 over that million. Hold on, let me get that million up there. I got that million, and I'm going to just subtract 80,000. So right now, just subtracting 80,000, you sitting right there. So, the numbers just don't work. They have to come down off that price and give you the maximum allowable offer so you can at least, what you could do, you could put on the contract, even if you don't have the money. You can have a contingency clause in there, and you could tell them, upon me finding a qualified buyer, I'll buy the house. If it's a for sale by owner. So that means you can get you can get in the deal. And when you get in the deal and get the contract, you become a principal in the deal, meaning that you legally can sell that house. So that's the only way I would do that one. So although you don't have to have a license to invest, you probably should. No, you don't need a license to invest. I've never had one. There's no probably should, because I don't need to do, all you have to do, just like if that one is, you can't do, in a sense, you can't do the ones on the MLS. Oh well, there's so many other houses out there that's not on the MLS. And before they hit the MLS, we call them pocket listings. So realtors get them first. They get somebody to call them up. It's not on MLS. They get a pocket listing. And you can get a pocket listing if you tell everybody, hey, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a real estate investor. They'll call you up and say, well, what can you do for me? Well, it's called a pocket listing. It's not anywhere. It's not online. It's not being sold. You got first dibs. Now, what you going to do with it? Pocket listing. So you don't need to become a realtor. A realtor, all a realtor is, to me, they get 3% of the deal. And they may have to split that. So Out of 100,000, you get 3%. That's $3,000. If you got to split that another time, a realtor's getting 1,500 out of $100,000 deal. Nothing. I just can't do it. That's just me. I mean, I'm not knocking realtors. I just can't get 15%. Or no, I mean, shoot, can't even get it out. They'd get me pissed off. I don't want no 3%. Shoot, I want it all like in Monopoly. Stop playing. That's just me, y'all. What else you got? That was a good one, y'all. That was a good one. But what you have to do, Christian, is get that price knocked down. That price got to come down. And I would look at what's the comps in the area. And what the comps means, they're comparables. They're houses that are compared to that house right there. And what did they sell for? Don't look at nothing else, but what did they sell for? Get 3 to 5 within a 3 to 5 mile radius. What did they sell for in that area? But see, houses like that don't just sell like clockwork. It takes a little bit of time because nobody's stroking that check like that. But I like how you doing it, Christian. Go to the big dogs because not a lot of people want to play up there. Go play in that park. I'm trying to tell you because all you need is one deal. One deal gets you $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Now you getting a six-figure, you get $100,000 off a check. Come on, man, that's game changer. That's definitely a game changer. Definitely a game changer. And then you can go into apartments. You can do apartments the same way, y'all. You don't have to graduate to do apartments. I would rather have an apartment building with 100 units than 100 houses. Less trouble, less stress. That's just me. What else y'all got? Let me know. I know y'all not good. Come on. What else y'all got? Because I'm going to close this one down. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Let me see if it's going to stop. Please stop.